In a lush forest by a crystal-clear stream lived a clever squirrel named Hazel, who spent her days gathering acorns and watching the world from her treetop home. One morning, while collecting her breakfast, she noticed a silver fish named Finn swimming gracefully beneath the surface. Fascinated by the fish's fluid movements, Hazel called out, "Hey there! Why do you spend all your time in the water? Come up here where it's warm and dry." Finn looked up curiously at the squirrel and replied, "But this is my home. The water gives me everything I need." Hazel, convinced she knew better, persisted, "Nonsense! Look at all these wonderful acorns and branches. You're missing out on the real world." Day after day, Hazel would try to convince Finn to leave the water, explaining the joys of climbing trees and feeling the sun's warmth directly on your fur. She'd demonstrate her acrobatic skills, leaping from branch to branch, showing off her agility in the air. "See how free I am?" she'd boast. "You're trapped down there in that wet prison." But Finn would simply smile and continue his peaceful swimming, occasionally diving deep to catch a tasty water bug or play among the underwater plants. As seasons changed and autumn approached, heavy rains began to fall. The streams swelled into a rushing river, and many of the forest animals sought shelter. Hazel huddled in her tree hollow, watching as the water rose higher and higher. To her horror, she realized her beloved acorn collection might be in danger. In her panic, she slipped on a wet branch and fell toward the raging waters below. Just as fear gripped her heart, Finn appeared, swiftly guiding her to a floating log. "Hold on tight," he called, using his strong fins to push the log toward the shore. Once safe, Hazel sat trembling, her fur soaked and her pride somewhat dampened. Finn spoke gently. "You see, my friend, what seems like a prison to you is a paradise to me. Just as you thrive in the trees, I flourish in the water. Neither of us is wrong. We're simply different." This experience taught Hazel a valuable lesson about judgment and perspective. She realized that what works for one might not work for another, and that's perfectly fine. From that day forward, she and Finn developed a beautiful friendship, each respecting the other's way of life. They would meet at the water's edge, Hazel sharing stories of treetop adventures, while Finn described the mysterious depths below. The tale reminds us that sometimes our greatest growth comes not from trying to change others, but from opening our minds to different perspectives and ways of life. Just as the forest needs both trees and streams to thrive, the world needs all kinds of beings, each living true to their own nature, to maintain its perfect balance.